We turn now to the White House, where President Biden put on a tux and hosted a state dinner last night for India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It followed a day of flattery and pageantry, showing that the U.S. sees India as an important ally in Asia, a counterbalance really to China's growing military and economic power. And it's a position and an approach that some of the president's supporters do not agree with. Ed O'Keefe is at the White House for us, following all of it. Ed, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Good to see you. The White House rolled out the red carpet for the Indian Prime Minister last night, but his visit, not without controversy, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi was once banned from entering the United States due to his human rights record. A night of glitz, glamour, and a tribute to the U.S.-India relationship.
Two great nations and two great powers. Cheers.
Roughly 400 invited guests, including lawmakers, business executives, designer Ralph Lauren, who made the First Lady's gown, and Biden family members, including the president's son, Hunter, who announced a plea deal this week with federal prosecutors. A performance from violinist Joshua Bell capped a full day that included an address to Congress.
Long live India-U.S. friendship. Thank you.
An event boycotted by some Democratic lawmakers concerned that under Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, his government has undermined elections, press freedom, the judicial system, and the rights of the country's Muslim minority.
We're talking about Sikhs, Muslims, Christians, all of these minorities having their rights stripped.
But in a rare Q&A session with reporters, Modi disputed that his government discriminates against religious minorities.
In India's democratic values, there is absolutely no discrimination, neither on basis of caste, creed.
And President Biden was asked whether his decision to call Chinese leader Xi Jinping a dictator this week could complicate U.S.-China relations and his plans to meet with Xi later this year.
I expect to be meeting with President Xi sometime in the future, in the near term, and I don't think it's had any real consequence.
Now, we know what you're wondering about. What was on the menu last night? Well, since Prime Minister Modi is vegetarian, the White House recruited a California-based chef to prepare a plant-based menu, including stuffed mushrooms and risotto, with an option for sea bass. And for dessert, everyone was served, Gayle, the strawberry shortcake. Maybe one of these days you and I will get our invitation to one of these fancy dinners.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes. You're absolutely right. I was actually wondering what the menu was. I would have had the sea bass, but it might have asked for a little bit of chicken. But everybody likes the strawberry shortcake. Ed, thank you. Always good to see you. Thanks a lot.
Take care.